When analyzing my magazine as a whole, it is clear I've predominantly followed the codes and conventions of the rock and metal music genre. For example, my modeled use of a solemn facial expression and a consistent house style throughout the magazine. In popular magazines within this genre, such as Kerrang and Metalhead, the masthead is large, bold, and made to stand out amongst the rest of the text. This in turn draws the reader's attention towards it. I've incorporated this into my magazine by making my masthead's font size large in comparison to the rest of the text. The masthead is written in a unique font which further separates it from the rest of the magazine's text. This is commonly found in rock and metal music magazines and therefore shows the codes and conventions of the genre. This concept of separation mentioned has representations of individuality and originality, which the magazine's target demographic of young adults can easily relate towards. Another distinct feature within magazines of my chosen genre of rock and metal music is a skyline placed at the top of the front cover. It is used to convey additional information to the reader and provide them with insight to the magazine's contents. A skyline is consistently used on the front cover of magazines produced by the brands I've previously mentioned. This is likely due to its usefulness and limited space it takes up. I have used a skyline on my magazine's front cover and placed text which appeals to the target demographic, such as exclusive interview with Joey Jordison. I am therefore following the codes and conventions of the genre. In an attempt to follow the codes and conventions of popular magazines within the genre, I ensured my model was wearing black and white clothing. This simultaneously matched the magazine's color scheme. My magazine's target demographic can easily identify with this style of clothing due to it being the same style of clothing most rock and metal band members have. Similar to popular magazines such as Kerrang and Metalhead, the model I use throughout my magazine has a solemn facial expression, which is accompanied by a consistent direct mode of address. This makes the reader feel like the text is speaking directly towards them, and by extension the model, creating an atmosphere of intimacy and further encouraging the reader to purchase the magazine. On the magazine's front cover, I have chosen to create and include a puff, which informs the reader that the magazine comes with the chance to meet Bring Me the Horizon. This is a common feature of rock and metal music magazines because it further encourages the reader to purchase the magazine, which would in turn increase the potential profits of the company. Because of the inclusion of the puff, I believe I'm following the codes and conventions of the genre in this regard. Throughout my magazine, the color scheme and by extension the house style has remained consistent. This is typical of the rock and metal magazine genre. Similar to the color scheme, my use of paint strokes is consistent throughout. However, it is not a common theme within the genre and therefore challenges the codes and conventions. My magazine's article page is laid out on a double-page spread, as is the case with most aspects of the magazine. This too follows the codes and conventions of the genre. I decided to use one primary image on this page in an attempt to draw the reader's attention towards it and create the impression that the model is speaking directly to the reader. This is reinforced with the text close to the main image. I believe the inclusion of a secondary image would draw attention away from the primary image, and is therefore why I have not included one.